Trump and Putin were scheduled to meet on July 16th. And on July 13th, Robert Mueller magically handed out 12 grand jury indictments against Russians for interfering in the election on Trump's behalf. 3 days before the summit, in other words. 3 days! If you think that's a coincidence, you were born yesterday. Obviously, it was an attempt to sully the summit, to make it harder for Trump and Putin to get along. It's not just me making up a conspiracy theory either. It was so blatantly obvious that even outlets like Politico ran stories about the timing. They quoted many people saying the same thing, that the indictments were intentional to sully the summit. And because of that, it was Mueller's way of issuing a big FU to Trump. But if you ask me, it's Trump who came out ahead, because Mueller just proved his point, that the investigation is politically motivated. For more than a year, Trump's been saying that the whole thing is a witch hunt filled with political actors. And Mueller and his cohorts have been saying that it's not. They insist it's just about the law. But by handing out the indictments just 3 days before the summit, Mueller just proved it's political. There's no way it's not. To the point where even the media, who love to play dumb about this kind of stuff, is even admitting the timing is obvious. It's so politically motivated that Democratic leader Chuck Schumer jumped right on it, using the indictments as a basis to call for Trump to actually skip meeting with Putin altogether. He went so far as to say that the indictments were just cause to cancel the summit. He was right on it, as if to prove the point intentionally that the indictments were politically motivated. But even though Mueller handed out the indictments and the media reported it ad nauseum, the funny part is that Americans themselves really didn't care, if you believe 538. Their take on it was that Americans have pretty much made up their minds one way or the other. So it doesn't matter what moves Mueller makes. People who think Russia is trying to ruin our democracy are gonna think that no matter what. And people who think it's all a bunch of nonsense are still gonna think that no matter what happens. And the people like me, who know that all countries try to mess with other countries all the time relentlessly, are over here rolling their eyes as usual at the show at all the idiots who were apparently born yesterday.